Hey, y'all. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
and
Oh, good
welcome,
afternoon.
or
Good
good
afternoon.
afternoon, I should say.
Yeah.
Welcome to the, never ever Mets. It's
Yeah.
just, we back to just the never ever Mets
Thank you,
recap panel,
Jesus.
okay?
Thank
We's free, okay? We are free, y'all. So yeah, thank you for being here. As you know, I'm your girl, Treese.
It's nose.
It's me.
And we have the lovely, it's me, Really Be TV Reviews.
It's me.
So yeah, welcome. Let's see who's in the building. Hey, Kenya, you were
Hey,
here early. Thank you.
Black Queen.
Expeditious. Hey, Black Queen. Good afternoon. So let me know what y'all thought about this episode. We were literally backstage just talking about our thoughts, and Nels don't think it went off like she thought it would go off.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're gonna have to call security on me. You really playing in my face like that, talking about I was just trying to have a good time. I mean, I don't know. Charlie was a little too calm for me. She just and then still want to leave with the man. Like he literally told you he lied to you to knock you down and
That was
don't
it for
wanna-
me.
and don't want to leave with you, and you still like, I just want to see where we
I
going.
still think that maybe it can work.
Girl, he don't want you.
I said
He don't want you. He don't want you. He don't want you.
okay. I said, if that girl said that one more time, I said, have some self-respect. Hey, Quay the Canary Diamond. Good afternoon. Finally catching the live from the notification. Well, that's good. I'm glad they working for once. Hey, DeMarcus. Good afternoon.
DeMarcus, I need to get in your tail, sir.
Ooh, okay. Oh, crazy homebody girl. Hey, Ravine. Hey, welcome. Kari, welcome. Xavier. Hey, good afternoon. She looking for a daddy for them kids. No, she said she could take. We'll get into that.
She said she make that Skrilla. Okay, she said
she good. She said don't get
She
her.
said she make more money than he do. She low key threw that out there. Like, I mean, I make more money than you do. She tried to like pull it back, but she was about to put it out there, and then she kind of pulled it back. She did say she had a nice big house and all of that.
I was just about to say that really in the beginning. She did say like, I'm good. Like I got a house. I got space for my kids.
She said she got like a 5-bedroom house and something like that. Yeah.
I mean, well, she got 4 kids, so you would need, I mean, not. I'm just saying you. Luckily, they all have rooms, right? So yeah, let's if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all hit the like button
and that subscribe button.
And hey, Tanya Rose, and yeah, let's get into this episode and let's get shady, y'all.
Like Queen.
All right. So, Xavier, you are terrible. 4 kids, 4 different child support checks. She better have a nice house. Well, let's hope that she's getting child support.
You're making an assumption. You're making an assumption.
Candy Loves TV. Good afternoon. Hey. Yes, this show is crazy. Absolutely. And is next week the last episode?
It didn't seem like it from the previews.
Right.
Okay. I would hope.
I mean, the previews doesn't seem like, because the previews, it looks like, because we still haven't even met all of the couples, family people yet. It looks like next week is Cinco and old girl's turn, because it looked like they kind of get into a conflict, and then we still haven't met
But I already thought we did meet his people, because remember they know the same. Oh
yes, we did. My bad. Mm-hmm. So we still need Brooklyn. I mean, not what's the big girl, the baby girl, the BBW.
Oh, Kiki.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, we haven't met their people yet. So are they the last couple?
I mean, they could sum that all up in one episode.
Yeah, but they got to be real dramatic and do are they going to leave together? Like, this is your final day. They got to be dramatic. So it's at least 2 more episodes, maybe 3, but at least 2 more.
Yeah, I would hope they would at least give us a 10, 10.
Welcome. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's probably gonna be 10 episodes. Yeah.
Des said he wants to apologize for spamming your chat yesterday. Really be. I was listening in, didn't realize my phone was typing for itself. Oh, it be like that sometimes.
I'm gonna say I didn't even see it, boo. You all right? My Mars must have got to it. Make sure you're not. Next time I go live, just try to type. Oh no, you in my chat now, so you're good. Okay, yeah. I didn't even see it, boo. The Mars must have just deleted the comments because I honestly didn't see it. But listen, I've done that before. I've been a mod on somebody's channel and had the phone in my pocket and was timing people out and stuff. I was like, oh shoot! So it happens. Good.
It happens. So y'all, we open this episode up. Charlie wants to rate the couple. So a part of me felt like you brought this on yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So she wants to rate the couple.
She was so secure in her situation. That's all that was.
Yeah. And so they say Tai and Brittney are at the bottom. And Jay feels like they can go tonight. So I guess they gave us a little preview in next episode, but apparently Jay, and I think we picked up on it last episode, she's not really feeling how handsy Brittney is.
I wouldn't either.
With Cinco and some of the other guys, but obviously her man. And they have footage. I did notice. And I was like,
yeah, you ain't gonna be just tickling my man. We ain't having none of that.
Look, really be said. Mm-mm. We're not tickling, okay?
Now, y'all know I give a lot of leeway, but that's not. That's not one of them.
So then Cisco decides to be messy and tell Tai that they already know they basically that who won't make it. And so Tai tells him how he made Brittney her favorite, which was crab legs and a loaded baked potato, I guess when he took her out to on a date to his house. And so Jared comes back to talk to Brittney and says,
like, but you ain't answer the question. You told me what you made for her. I want to know how the date went.
Right. And so then Jared over here trying to be, I don't know why he considers himself to be the group counselor when Dr. Allie is not around, but he comes and tells Brittney that he realizes that she's not attracted to Tai for the most part. He was like, his love languages are acts of service and physical touch, and you do neither one of them. And I was like, well, at least, clearly you've been through some type of therapy, right? And so Brittney says that, that's just not for her. So, and she don't feel the need to do it just because that's what he liked. And I said
that I don't like. I don't like that because he's noticing what your love languages are. And trying his best to cater to him. And you're just like, well, I don't really care what his love language is. So, yeah, that's just not me. So I ain't doing it.
Right.
She don't like him. She doesn't want to be with him. She's not interested in him. She's just trying to get to the end. She's been very clear. She does not like him.
Really means like, let me just stop. Okay. She does not like him.
Like, my thing is, you're not even. I feel like the minute you met him in person, so I feel like it was a physical thing. Because as far as you being, he's never serious, he's this, he's that, he's like that on the phone. Like every clip they show us, he's being goofy and silly on the phone with her. So that wasn't it. I mean, maybe you thought there was an off button. And
great point.
But at the end of the day, from what we can see now, we don't see everything, obviously, but from what we can see, this is who this man is. I don't feel like he turns it off on. He's kind of like that goofy guy that was on the first 2 episodes of Ready to Love. Remember, they kept saying, it seems like he's not taking anything seriously. And he didn't know how to be. Right, but he didn't know how to be any different because they saved him the first time. He came back the second week and they said the same thing about
the same thing, right?
Yeah, that's just who he is. And I feel like
that was a good one, really big.
Is. He just he's silly, he's a jokester, but it also seems so. I think when she saw him, I honestly think it was physical, and she's just using that as the added because that's who he was. Like, he wasn't being all serious with you on the phone, he was being goofy on the phone.
Yeah, I gotta give her that. Go ahead, Nels. You're gonna get into the hard conversation where I guess this is before the hard conversation.
Yeah. So Jared is telling the guys that, before his sister gets there, he has to have a hard conversation with Charlie. And she said that she doesn't know. Well, basically, he said that she doesn't know about, Charlie's babies. He said his sister is his right hand and has a lot less filter than he does. I don't think it really seemed that way. It just seemed like he just slow to say what he needed to say, but he was not giving filter at all.
Right.
So then Jared pulled Charlie to the side and says, there's some things that we need to discuss because, you deserve to know them. Basically said, I was shooting shit with the guys, and I said some unbecoming things about you. So he told her, the night that we was playing that card game where we was asking if we would leave. What got me is you the one that made up the card game. You the one that
right
card game, and then you
well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. At this point, because they play a game every night, I think that this is something that production is having them do. I don't think they're just pulling this out there. Like, don't get me wrong, we've been on trips and made up games, but I would refuse to think that every single night we got a new game that we done found and made up off the top of our head, or questions to ask off the top of our head. I definitely think this is production.
To play a game, I'm not going to play a game where I know I'm throwing myself under the bus. I might play some Uno or something. I'm not playing.
You said I might play some Uno or something.
Child, we know this stuff came from production. Like, girl,
okay, thank you, really.
Like, can we stop pretending like we don't know production is doing all of this? When y'all have dinner, that's a great time to play a game. Here's the game we want you to play. Here's what we want you to ask the people. Like, they're not coming up with this, and that's fine. I mean, that's what it shows. Like, that's fine that they're producing it, because I don't see anything wrong with it. Because of course they're gonna get messy, and honestly, in a situation like this, you kind of do have to force people to have the conversations, because if not, they probably will just sit around and like, look at this versus Big Brother, where I don't know if y'all watch Big Brother, but Big Brother literally is is just people sitting around. Eventually they start coming up with goofy games and stuff like that, but for the most part, they're sitting around talking, doing absolutely nothing controversial until Big Brother puts a game in there or makes them do something, because they take away their phones. They're only allowed to bring the Bible or whatever their faith-based book is, and they're forced. It's a social experiment to force them to talk. And honestly, you might get a few. After a while, you'll get some real crazy conversations, but in the first couple of weeks, they're just chilling, getting to know each other. It's bullshit. It's boring. For the people who watch the live feeds, it's not that interesting. So you have to force them to have these conversations, and I'm cool with that. Because like Treese, I mean, like Nell said, I mean, you gonna put yourself in a trick bag. All right, then.
Well, he let her know that he was the one that put F no on the card. He said that he had just gotten the news of her extended family and he was over it. And so after she told him,
that's not her extended family.
Exactly.
Look, I was gonna point that out. Not the extended family.
Girl.
And basically,
these Negroes.
He said they had a whole new outlook, and she said that basically, you told me that the answer you gave was yes. So she was thinking that everything is fine. So he said that he came into the house thinking he was going to convince her and her one child to move to South Carolina, then finding out that she had more. Realistically, he just knew that wasn't going to happen. So he was like, okay, well, F it. I'm here. I'm going to have a good time. I'm enjoying myself. Now, see, this is where I needed Charlie to turn up. This is where I needed Charlie to turn up. So you mean to tell me, you looked me dead in my face, told me, yeah, everything was cool. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to just screw you and have a good time, man. Just play with you. Like, what?
Yeah, that's when they would have had to pull me up off of him.
Exactly.
He said I would have literally lunged at him, and they would have been like, "Oh shit!" Like it'd have been scrambling. They'd have been like,
"Get her!"
Because here's what I said. Oh, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say for me, and this was the same issue I had with the couple from last week. I get a TV show. I get you want to stay because you're getting paid per episode. Like, okay, let's put all that to the side. For me, the point of disrespect where you've crossed over that line is where you slept with me, knowing you like that's some real F-boy shit. That's some real high school shit. So you literally slept with me. You lied to me. You manipulated me into a situation where I'm sleeping with you. I'm giving you my body under false pretenses for the purposes of a television show. No, you're going to get an ass whipping. Now it would be different if Charlie was like, I want to go to the boom boom room, and he was like, nah, I'm just not comfortable yet. You just had that baby. Let's just chill for me. If he was doing that, then I would be like, I mean, he was just trying to do the damn show. Same thing with old boy last week. You were literally love bombing and manipulating the hell out of that woman. And I know people say, "Oh, she knew," and da 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 da, whatever. I think that I do not believe she understood and knew everything. That's me. That's my opinion. I don't know, but now sleeping with me, yeah, we on a different. That's ass whooping level right now.
Well, she said, she asked him straight up, like, so were you just going to drag me along? And he was like, I mean, yeah, that was the plan.
See, that's yep. That's
she asked him how he feels now, and he said it varies day by day. You know, some days it's the F no, then it goes to a maybe.
I just feel like I would have called a case.
Like then it goes to a maybe.
You absolutely would have called a case.
To a yes, and now it's back to a maybe.
You absolutely would have caught a case, Treese, and I would have been there with the bail money. I had
because there's no way, like
I'd
even
with the bail money.
He's allowing it to come out his mouth. Like there's just no way I could sit on the other side and let it register and not react. And the fact that I'll let you finish, but I still can't get over how this girl was like, but is there a way? Anyway.
So she let her know that
just desperate. I need all these women. The next show this is the sequel I need them to do. I need them to do a sequel for this show where they just have all these women in a house with Ayanla. Bring Ayanla back for these women. Okay. We need somebody that's gonna talk to these women about their self-worth.
Fix it, Jesus. Yes.
Yes. That's the name of the show. Fix it, Jesus, damn it. That's the name of the show.
Okay. So he let her know that his sister will be there tonight. She doesn't know about her other children, but because he has, his stuff together, she's probably gonna feel like, what you doing trying to take care of other people's kids. And she said that's why, that's why she hid it for so long because, I don't know what the hell they're supposed to say. Look, Siri done messed me up. Basically, she was the mom with all these
giving you the blues.
That's why she had to hide it. Okay. So she asked him if he wants to be with her, and he said, in a perfect world, he would love that. So then she in the house crying, and Brittney comes to check in on her, and she lets her know what happened. And Brittney said, it sounds like he don't want to be with you. So Charlie in denial, talking about, well, does it show?
Does it show?
Does it look that way? Brittney said the issue is he didn't tell you that initially, but then continued to have sex with you and told her that she can't be with a man that can't accept her kids.
Xavier, in a perfect world, one we've never known.
Xavier.
Sorry, y'all.
Jared is an ass. Like Jared is.
You can't. I hate to laugh at Charlie's pain, but the fact that she just kept begging this man after he done told her, I don't know how many different ways, I done used you. I don't want to be with you, and I'm done with you, and she's still sitting there. But is there a way?
But is there a way? Girl, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere.
Okay. Candy said Jared is a great actor. Do we think that it's acting, or do you think he's really a butthole?
I think he's an asshole. I don't think he acted. I think this is exactly who he is. I think he's an ass.
Xavier said, I wonder if the producers told him to tell her, because this is the type of conversation that happens over the phone when you're already home. It does.
I do think production might have. I think because again, we're creating conflict, and I feel like production probably did tell him before your sister get here. Because, like I said last week, I find it very interesting that all of these couples seem to go through their worst issues right before they get a visit from people. So I'm pretty certain that was part of the plan to set up, but. I don't think they got what they were looking for, because Charlie didn't give them nothing, and Jared's sister didn't really get them nothing. So this was real anticlimactic with the whole situation, honestly. But
Quay said, I think Charlie would have slept with him anyway, even if he would have been honest with her. Oh, you think so? But he was wrong, and she was wrong for leaving her newborn to meet him. Well, there's that part.
Well, we'll never know.
Right. Candy said, Charlie, girl, go get some knee pads, boo. I can't.
Go get some
self-esteem. I'm with you, and I'm not a violent person, but he would have been slapped. Yeah. Candy, Candy said I would have messed up my rotator cuff fooling with not my rotator cuff.
Not the rotator cuff though.
Crazy Homebody said I would have cussed him out. Xavier said, look, at least he being honest now.
He said I'm late. He ain't had no choice.
Look, crazy. He said I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Girl.
And look, that's what she
says. Go ahead.
No, that's what she get for laughing at Tati. And yes, Candy, her flabber was gassed. Right, exactly.
Yeah, and when Elsie said she was stigmatized. She was like that before she got the dick.
Yeah, she was.
She showed up like that.
And Quake said, and he's a brokey. I don't know. He make it seem like he was trying to take her in and move her, so I don't know. But anyway, we moved
he
to the point
got a decent job making decent money. Like, I don't think he broke.
Well,
but to hear her tell the story, she good, right. She good.
So Jared's sister arrives, what's her name? Jewel. And so Charlie's best friend Sabrina comes. I don't know why she was there because she didn't give us nothing.
Well, you skipping over Chris and Alexis?
I did them after them because how they split them up. Yeah. So basically, yeah, Jared tells Jewel that, hey, by the way, she was hiding. I didn't tell her about my baby, okay? But she was hiding 3 kids. And so she actually starts laughing. She cracks up, okay? Because nobody will believe this foolishness in real life, right? Like Xavier said, in the world that, none of us live in, right? And so he admits that, after that, he checked out and he just chose to stay and enjoy himself. And so he says one could say that he was leading her on. And then they talk about the game they played.
I'm that one.
Right, I'm that one. So then they talk about the game that they played and the responses, and he lets her know that, yeah, I put F no. But what he failed to mention was that he lied to Charlie and told her he said yes. And
exactly.
Right. So Charlie's sitting there talking to Sabrina, talking about, I'm struggling on what to believe because he told me yes, but then he said he wrote no. And now he tells me that 4 kids are too much. And I said, again, how many ways does this man need to say it?
Listen, he said he was drunk. And I've always been of the belief that a drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts. If that man said it when he was drunk, he meant it when he was sober. He just regretted saying it. Once he got sober, he just regretted saying it. But he meant it when he was drunk. He meant it when he was sober.
Okay. So his sister tells him that basically he needs to really consider whether he wants to sign up for that. And Jared says that he thought it could possibly work. And, that one child that he thought she had, he could move them to South Carolina. But now with 3, he just knows that that's not possible. So he ain't got it to do.
I love the fact that I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
No, and so then we see them actually sit down and have a conversation. Jewel is actually not too bad or too, don't apply too much pressure to Charlie. So, Charlie, she's like, what are you looking, or what was your expectation after you lied about 4 kids? What did you think now that you revealed this? What did you think was going to happen? And so Charlie said, I was hoping we could leave together. Your face, Nels, that every time she said it, that's what I did. I went just like that. Because I said, girl, are you still... Are we still stuck here? So Jewel questions, well, why are you hiding kids in the first place? And so, she's like, if you handling your business, you do what you're supposed to do, you should be proud of your kids. And so she was like, well, I do have a good job and, I make more than Jared, but I just felt like no one would want me with 4 kids. So I just choose people not to tell people about them. And then, and then she tells Jewel about how much Jared lied to her face. And so Jewel was like, well, how would you have felt if he would have told you the truth? And Charlie was like, I would have accepted it because that's how he felt. And I said, her self-esteem must be in hell. The bar must be in hell.
I will say this. I will say this though. I can appreciate that the sister, because you could tell that the sister had a certain set of energy at the beginning of that conversation, but as Charlie was giving her more information and explaining to her, no, your brother lied about this. No, your brother misrepresented this. No, your brother said that. You could see her affect change, and I appreciate what she said. She said, "Listen, I hear what you're saying, and I do have opinions, but that's my brother. So at the end of the day, he gonna be my brother. However." So I was like, you understand that your brother was on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
My question is, if you feel like nobody will want you with all these kids, why are you continuing to have them and with people that you're not even in a relationship with? Because you was in a relationship with Jared when you got pregnant with this baby. So you knew.
They were not in a relationship. They were pen pals.
Well, they were pen pals. She thought it was something serious. It clearly wasn't serious with this dude that she had the baby with.
True.
No, she said she just went out to the club one night or something.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're saying that you worried that these dudes don't want you with all these kids, why are you constantly?
Why are you having more kids?
Not even having more kids, but with people that you know you're not having a relationship with. It ain't going nowhere.
That really got me all I'm confused as fuck.
You just added more to the list.
I don't understand none of this shit.
I don't understand.
I don't understand. Okay, and I know things happen. Condoms break. I get it. I understand that. But what I don't understand is how you just randomly went to the club one night and came home with a baby. Like, I don't.
All these random DNAs floating around.
Right. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Girl, what are you talking
about? So anyway, she admits that, maybe her expectation, Jewel tells her that, her expectations were a bit unrealistic. And Charlie said that she never expected that, once she told him the news that he was good, but he made her believe it was all good. And Jared can only sit there and admit that he did. So Jewel agrees that Jared shouldn't have lied to her. And then Charlie, literally my notes say, is still pleading with Jared. Could this possibly work?
He said in a perfect world, girl.
And so Jared tells her,
gave you your answer.
And so Jared said, we can have another hard conversation about moving forward.
The same shit I told you 10 minutes ago.
Such an ass.
To tell you it's a no. It's a no for him.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to laugh at that girl pain, but the fact that it just was not sinking in for her really took me out. Because what do they say? What's that old saying? Don't let a man tell you more than once that he don't want you.
And look, and she was laughing. So
I know that was an old saying, but okay.
We have a problem walking away. Tati wasn't begging and pleading.
That's true. That's very true. Tati walked away with her head held high. And so before Jewel leaves, she said, girl, don't hide your kids from people no more. Okay. You're beautiful. Don't let nobody say nothing about you, but don't be around here hiding your kids. Those your kids. That you should say that with your chest. Yeah, I got 4 kids and I have 4 more.
Just crazy. This, like, y'all, this shit, like, I can't. I just can't.
Truth.
I'm sorry. This is foolishness. They are playing in our face, and this is foolishness. I'm sorry. Oh God. Okay, you can move on.
All right. So Chris and Alexis, they went to go sit down with Dr. Ali. Chris starts off by talking about how Alexis is so controlling and aggressive, and Dr. Ali asked him to, give an example of how she's controlling. This man didn't give an example. He started talking about his daddy. I ain't gonna interrupt this, but we talking about me, sir. We're not here to talk about your daddy and your trauma with your daddy. Can you tell me how I am controlling and aggressive? Look, he'd be like, right there. That's it right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. But Alexis, she appreciates him, opening up, being vulnerable, and sharing about his childhood trauma. Alexis says sometimes she'll ask him if he wants help with something like the laundry or something and he declines, and it makes her
Look
feel
at
like
Baby's
he
face.
feels like maybe that's control. Like she's trying to control him by doing his laundry.
Oh.
So Chris is talking about, he don't want a mother, he wants a woman. Dr. Ali asked about the game that they played, this whole card game, and wanted to know what his answer was. And he said in the moment he wrote no, while Alexis wrote yes. And he basically said that, he just wants to see basically where they're going to go and make his final decision. So then they were headed out on a date that she plans for him. She said she's planning a date for him because it caught her off guard with the whole therapy session, and she is assertive, dominant, and aggressive, but that doesn't mean that she can't be feminine. And said that she did miss some things with Chris, but she's hoping that they can, get it back together into a good place moving forward. So
she's
Alexis,
looking boxing to show her feminine side.
Well, because that's what he likes.
That's got it. Okay,
yeah, he's very much into fitness, apparently. And so she took him to Mayweather's when she took him to Mayweather's gym. He was super excited about it. He was like, okay, this girl is paying attention. And she said that, she likes him and she wants him to be happy and know that somebody's in his corner and she'll have his back no matter what. And he did tell her the date is a 10 out of 10. So I mean, he enjoyed it. He enjoyed it.
I mean, that was the first time we actually saw him act like he liked her even a little bit. So she did something right.
He did, because he gave her a kiss and everything.
I was like, oh, okay. Let me go through some of these comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I was in literal tears. So don't start it again, please. It's like what is it? It's like the naked bear. I couldn't stop laughing the other day. Anyway, Charlie ignored. You know what I'm talking about, the naked bear. Quay said, tattoo his name and all. Just a dummy. What do you say, Nails? You big dummy.
You big dummy.
Candy loves TV. I don't know how she thought revealing 4 kids was cool versus 1. I don't understand. Right. Ravine said he left a lot out with his sister. He's an ass. And then said, Charlie, wake up. Lot Queen said, Jared got a 1 by 1. Them kids can't go over there. Oh no, not a 1 by 1. Candy love. Right. Candy said all these friends. I read that one earlier. Xavier said, this is why I don't feel bad for Charlie. She was planning on manipulating Jared from their first interaction, and he just played her better. Ooh, I like that. Kari said, I can't with Charlie. Yeah. Candy said, that gives me hives just thinking about it. Oh, all them kids and her just having kids she need a daddy for them kids. Candy said, Effie, we all got pain. Ravine said, the fact that Charlie needed someone to tell her that is a mess. She got her mom watching her kids. Her mom should have told her. That's true. Somebody should have told her this look crazy. Lot Queen said, Chris be making stuff as he go. Yeah, I agree. Xavier said, Chris don't want a mother or a woman. Let me tell it. Oh, Lot Queen said, you already said it. I'm so sick of Alexis's wigs. Chef Don, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Chef. Quay said, Chris liked the date, but not the lady. Oh, well, that's, you know what? I think that is a very good observation. Candy, when Alexis had them $8.99 Walmart flats on last week, I about died. Y'all, let Alexis live.
Y'all terrible.
They are. So then basically we see, I guess this is the last scene, right?
Yeah.
Where they sit down. Okay, so they sit down for dinner and they play another game, of course, and they get questions. And really, I only got the important ones because Kiki sits at this table and they say, well, what does she need to do to get like in the mood or something like that? And she said, well, I just need to be touched. And I said, lies. Lies.
She didn't want to be touched.
Right. She said, I don't want him touching me. We saw that every time he tried to touch her. Said, oh. And so then Brittney gets the question of, I forgot what it was. Something about do you think you and your partner would have
for the couples that haven't had sex yet?
Right.
Do you guys think you have sexual chemistry?
Right. And so Brittney takes forever to answer, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know." And clearly it's either a yes or a no, and we clearly know it's a no, right?
Clearly it's a no.
But then she says yes. And so when it gets to Tai, he said, nah, it don't take him no time. He said, nah. He said, she took too long to answer for me. And he said, and I'm gonna admit, there's no chemistry. There's no chemistry here. I've tried, and she's not interested in the efforts that I made. And so Brittney leaves the kitchen or leaves the dining room, and she's upset. And so she ends up, Alexis and Chris happen to come back in at that time. And so Alexis is talking to her, and she's like, yeah, and I'm just so upset because he said that, and in front of everybody, and I spared his feelings, and he didn't do the same for me. And so then everybody's like, well, man, go check on her. But I love when Jay was like, yeah, no. She needs to go. I don't understand why she's upset, because you told the truth. What is she mad about?
And Jay already mad because she was taking her man. She really wanted her
Jay even peeped what happened. Jay was like, it took her forever to answer. She acted like she didn't want to answer. So he was like, nah, like, you clearly not interested. Like, it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what happened. And you weren't mad about what he said. You were embarrassed, and you probably wish you've been the one to say it. But my thing is, girl, like, you clearly are not feeling this man. Like, again, I think your only motive at this point was that you just wanted to stay on the show, because if the minute you said you weren't interested, it was gonna be like, all right, well, it's time for y'all to go. So I really think that's really the only reason why your ass is still there.
I agree, because it's very clear that she's not into him. And so then when he does come over to address her, maybe y'all could clear this up, because this is where my notes get, because I was like, I am not going to do this back and forth with them. But apparently, I guess she says to him, she's upset, and she's like, I spared your feelings when really my answer was no, but I didn't want to embarrass you in front of everybody. He don't really give a damn. He's like, can I speak? And then he say something about him being a little boy. And I was just like,
I can speak because I'm a little boy and all this other stuff. And then
she starts putting her finger in his face, which, we all need to keep our hands to ourselves. And then, yeah.
So this is how I feel about it. The way, and I'm going to say the way it was edited, because it was choppy. So I feel like parts of that conversation was not there. But what it looked like was that while she was trying to explain why she hesitated, he cut her off. So once he cut her off, then she was like, so can I talk? Can I talk? You asked me a question and you didn't let me finish. What up, T, boo? Not Brittney don't like Tai Child, and I understand how she couldn't be, but she should have just been honest. Yeah, just be honest. So I feel like what she did, and so then it looked like he was like, oh, well, let me know when it's my turn to talk. Let me know when it's my turn to talk, because clearly I can't talk because I'm a little boy. So again, it looked choppy. So I'm going to say the way that it was edited, that it did look like he cut her off and didn't let her finish. However, I feel like that scene was longer than what we saw. And I feel like more was said, but that's just me. Maybe I'm leaning towards Tai, because I feel like Brittney being a bitch about the situation. So maybe I'm leaning, right? But that's what it looked like to me.
Nope. I couldn't say it did look too much differently. Lot Queen said her wigs be running from her hairline. She talking about Alexis.
Not running from her hairline.
They really do, though. They really do. That's the problem. Kenya said the struggle of the people on this show is what? Tantamount to love after lockup. It's real bad. Lock Queen said Brittney is so aggravating. Kenya said, why is she here? Crazy Homebody said, I'm so over Brittney. Monique said, I love that he told the truth. Right. Brittney wants to be baby. I agree. Outspoken Diva, hey guys, I was so glad Tai saw the truth without anybody having to tell him. Maybe he's not as goofy as he comes off. Very good point. No shade, but they do.
About the wig.
Crazy Homebody. Both of them were getting on my nerves in that moment. Yeah. That's when I was like, that's when I checked out of the episode.
Brittney been getting on my nerves, and I know, I understand people have a right to their body positivity. But Brittney was getting on my nerves from that first episode where they had to put on the bathing suits and go do the paint. And she was like, oh my gosh, I just feel so self-conscious about my body. Oh my gosh, ever since I had my baby, I just don't feel right. But you came out in a bikini, girl. And I know somebody's going to be like, well, why she can't wear a bikini just because she don't. You're complaining about your body not being what it is. And
that's true.
And why would the producers have y'all put on a bathing suit and you put on a bikini? And I was like, you could have put on a one piece. Like there were other women. I mean,
yeah,
there were
that's
other women
true.
in one piece. There were women that had on shorts over top of their bathing suit. Like you didn't have to wear a bikini just because. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I hear you. Kim said Tai has been trying too hard too. Oh, well, I think he checked out and was just like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy. I think they both there on a vacation, and I think somebody said it. LC Charm, Brittney needed a vacation away from her son. Tai is so sassy. Bye to both. Okay. Ravine said Brittney is the worst. That sassy word is so okay, guys, let's be nice. All right, so
I'm gonna say this. Maybe I'm a little biased. I like Tai. Do I think he's a little goofy? Yes, but I don't think he's dumb. I think he's just silly. I think he's that guy that always has a goofy joke or a corny joke or whatever. I don't think he's dumb. I don't think he's an unintelligent person. Right. And I think that his love language is acts of, gifts and acts of kindness. Like he likes to cook for everybody. He wants to be that guy. I don't think he's trying to be liked. I think that is just his general personality. Who he is. Yeah. Right. Like I'm going to use this crazy lady up top, Treese. That is how Treese is. When she had her birthday dinner, she was running around making sure everybody was good. We were like, girl, sit down. Girl, it's your birthday. Yeah. Girl. But she was like, no, I mean, matter of fact, she was like, you want something to drink? Let me tell y'all what she did. She said, you want something to drink? I went over to the bar. I didn't see any dark liquor. I was like, oh, you don't have no dark liquor? She was like, no, but a friend of mine is on the way and I can call him. I was like, Treese, it's good. I'll drink something that's on the bar. It's okay. Next thing I know, who walking in the door with a bottle of dark liquor? Because Treese done called somebody and told them to stop at the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because that is who she is. I don't think it's her trying too hard because she ain't trying to impress me, but she just wanted to make sure everybody was having a good time. You know what I mean? So like that is just how some people generally are. And I just think Tai is that person. So that's why he was cooking for everybody. That's why he was.
Look, Ravine said, what's Ty's number? She date him.
I would date Ty too. Honestly, I would. I sure would. Especially in his confessionals. Ty look put together in them confessionals.
Yes, he do. When we having a little hat on.
Ty look put together in them confessionals. I sure would.
Oh my God.
He looked like he be cooking, listening to Anthony Hamilton and something, and just giving you the best of me. Hey.
Like, I know what your best, I know what your favorite dish is. I'm gonna make sure I cook it. Got flowers waiting for you. All that.
Okay. Look, y'all know I love a man that can cook, so that would have been good for me. I can't wait till next week when Brittney gets cussed out.
Baby, it does look like Brittney gets cussed.
Look, crazy homebody said,
out of all the people from the show that's lingering, have we seen, for the people that are in the different groups and stuff, have we seen Tai and Brittney lingering in these groups? I know a couple of the people that have been around, but Tai and Kiki, I haven't seen a lot of Kiki and Brandon floating around. I know Kiki is in at least one group that I know of. And then, but I don't, have y'all, the people that are in the groups, have y'all seen those two, Brittney and Tai? I haven't seen a whole lot about them.
I think once Brittney left, and she probably would look. Well, as Jay told her, well, I can't wait till they show this footage and they show how much of a hoe you are. I said, God.
Right. So I want to say this. LC Charmed. She told Kim. I'm sorry. I know your name, baby. Elsie did not mean anything by it. She did not mean to offend, but she said if she offended someone, she does apologize.
Thank you, Elsie.
I don't know if Elsie Charmed is a she or he. She or he was saying, I don't think that sassy means that somebody is about their sexuality, but didn't mean to offend. So we wanted to address that because Trish read the comments. So I just wanted to address that. We don't have no smoke. We don't have no
right. Yeah, be peaceful, and thank you for that, Elsie. Appreciate that.
Kiki gonna tell it next week too, child.
Right. Crazy homebody said, I don't like Tai, but I also don't like the way Brittney is treating him. He don't deserve it. Right.
I can agree with that.
Oh, Quay said, I don't like how Tai talks to women, but I don't like Brittney either. So y'all just don't like these two people in general, is what it sounds. Oh, okay, Kim said, Tai's
and that's valid. Oh, okay. Elsie is a she. Okay, thank you, boo.
Crazy Homebody says, Ty's too much for personality for me. He seemed to always be hype, and I'm more chill. And maybe, I mean, that's how Brittney's comes off.
Yeah, it seems like that's their dynamic also. Him and Brittney.
Candy said, Ty and his rules tattoos throw me off. Kenya said, Brittney must need someone who's not such a, right, that's not such a social butterfly. And I mean, it's different strokes for different folks, right? Hey, Bama girl, welcome. DeMarcus, Teresa Nels, do y'all think, oh, you're so cute. I don't know if it fit this episode. Yeah, no, I don't think it fit this episode. Give me a song about a secret baby and maybe we can talk. La Queen said Kiki gonna tell her secret too. Yeah. Ty's the one who said he kissed the man on the game. Yeah, Quay. But I think he said he was confused, girl. He was confused. Outspoken said, I haven't seen Ty and Brittney in the groups, but Jay posted a contentious exchange between Brittney and her and one of them. Ooh. Yeah, Jay had all the smoke for her. Ravine said, I don't see him talking bad to women. What did I miss about Ty? I guess when just the fact that he will engage, because didn't they get into it before? I feel like, and she didn't like, when they were at the pool and they were exchanging. So I guess, some people feel like he's, the fact that he will engage and go back and forth with you. So I don't know, but yeah, y'all. So what's going on the channels this week? Let the people know before we get out of here. Oh, what's T talking about? Your child, since you asked for songs with secret love, and you literally, T, that's what I was.
She said it's your child.
And it really messed me up. Thank you, T. Thank you. Quay, the canary, when Ty got into it with that crazy girl about the vegan butter. Oh, I forgot about that too. Thank you, Quay, for triggering our memories.
I wasn't mad at Ty. Maybe it's me, y'all. I wasn't mad at Ty. That man is in that kitchen trying to cook a meal for 10 people, and you in here talking about some damn vegan butter. Child, girl, go sit down.
I think she definitely needed to be put in her place. I don't think
Ty never put Ty out the kitchen.
I don't know if Ty was the one to do it.
Well, Kim says some women don't think men should defend themselves. Lot Queen said, y'all silly. Hey, if it brings on a good song, and T like us, T like a jukebox. When it come, it come.
T like a jukebox, child.
Right. But yeah, y'all. So what's going on in the channels? Really, B, what you got going on this week?
So immediately following this, we're going to be doing our Judge review for the Judge documentary. Yeah, I couldn't do it last night. For the people I told you we was going to do it last night, I could not. What is this? The Judge, the country group, the Judge, the mother and daughter.
Oh, okay.
You remember the mother unalived herself.
Yes, so I'd actually be interested in seeing that. What did that come on?
Over. We're gonna do it's 2. I set it for 2:30, but hell, I might be able to move it up to 2:15 because I gotta. But I finished watching it last night. I finished watching part 4 last night, and I couldn't. I needed a minute. It was a lot at the end. I needed to process. I couldn't. So we're gonna do that immediately after this. And of course, you guys know we have the Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight at 9:15 ish. And somewhere in between those two, I'm going to try to have to go over to and do a tribe meeting because we got to talk about Cardi and Offset and a few other things over there, child.
Okay. Well, y'all make sure that y'all hit y'all notification bells if you haven't already. Oh, thank you, DeMarcus. Which show will y'all watch first on June 6th? The Shy, BMF, or Straw with Taraji P. Henson?
For me, it's none of the above.
Well, DeMarcus, you already know for me, it's going to be BMF because I am so happy Lamar is back. That is honestly the majority of the reason why I'm coming back to do BMF is because me and Lamar have a special, I just love that man. It's like a Ronnie. I just love him. So for me, it's
BMF. What song he going to give us this season?
I know. That's what I can't wait for is the songs he going to give us. I love me some Lamar. Everybody else, I honestly, Sweetie, all them coming back. I love Sweetie, but I could care less. I really am only coming back for Lamar. Nels?
Oh, I said BMF.
Oh, BMF. All right. Well, Quay wants to know, what is the judge showing on?
Oh, I just put it in the chat. It was on Lifetime.
It was on Lifetime. Okay.
It was a 4-part documentary or docu-series. I guess that's the more proper name, docu-series.
Thank you, LC Charm. Bye. May you always have wine glasses for your wine. Right. Thank you, LC. I'm glad that I could teach y'all something last week. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't ever forget. It's so good who knew all that was going on in their family. Oh, okay. Well, I'm really interested. I'm definitely going to tune into the live. But yeah, y'all, on our channel, we are finally getting caught up. Thank God, finally. So I dropped. Right. So I finally dropped Real Housewives last night. So we're caught up on that. I got 2 90 days to drop today. I got a Beyond the Gates from Friday to drop. And then, y'all just stay tuned because Nels is out here doing the Shy recaps. I'm over here doing the BTG. So don't y'all come in here with y'all solo cups. Y'all go somewhere. Bye
I wish I had one. I wish I had a. You know what? I might go to the dollar store.
Here y'all come. Here y'all come. Solo cups. Go somewhere, Lauren and Ravine. Don't come up here declassing the place, okay? You better go get you a glass.
That's classy. That's classy.
I'm going to the dollar store and I'm getting a thing of solo cups, and I'm gonna use them every time we do a live together.
Kim, have y'all been following the Diddy trial? I have been following it. We really need to catch up and do a sip and shade and a hot topics. We are so terrible about that, and that's actually one of the things that I plan to do this week. Now that we're all caught up and back off vacation mode. So, yeah, I'll definitely be talking about that. And as you know, Really B covers that all the time. She stay abreast. As soon as something break, she be out there talking about it. And I love it because that's how I stay abreast on everything. between her and Simone, girl, that's legal. That's how I stay up to date.
And Simone was boots on the ground this week. Simone went down there.
I saw she was there. Shout out to her. Mm-hmm. So yeah, y'all, we appreciate y'all. And thank you, T, for joining us as well. Thank you, Don, for jumping in the chat. We appreciate you. And yeah, if you haven't already, please make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you comment. Make sure you Really be
subscribe.
Yes. And make sure y'all hit that notification bell. And as our good girl LC Charm said, have a good week and may you always have wine glasses for your wine. All right. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
I feel like that's gonna be your new
That's gonna be my new ending. Yes.